Look at that sunshine, everybody. You're damn right we're going for a walk today. Oh yes, we are going to have a really cool walk today together. And let me say this, if you happen to land on this video and you're new here, yeah, sure, you can't see me. Just sit back, pretend that you're listening to a podcast and enjoy the ride, because my anonymity gives me the gift of keeping it real with you. That's right. I just give you the meat and potatoes of shit, okay? So just lock in with me and enjoy it. And let's get into the topic of the day. Now, previously, I made a video for you guys all about masculine and feminine energy. All about why we should balance it out, how everybody has both masculine and feminine within them, and both are necessary. Let's not even play around with that concept, okay? But in that video, I also mentioned to you all, first of all, how fascinated I am by the topic, but second of all, how I really felt unsatisfied. I mean, because even towards the end, I just felt like I didn't cover everything that I would have loved to have covered with you guys, because there's so much that goes into this topic. So here you go. I'm coming back with a bang. And think of the first video, which, by the way, I'll try to link in the comments for you in case you want to go back for it. Think of that video as the appetizer. This one is going to be the main course. We're going to sink our teeth into this one. This one is going to be juicy, okay? Let's crack in. You could be saying to yourself right now, or thinking to yourself, that maybe I'm so fascinated about this topic because of the, let's see, how do I say this? Well, let's keep it real. And concept of dating. Am I only fascinated in this because I like men and I want to understand them? Well, yeah. I'm kidding. I mean, that is part of it, right? I think it's so important to understand the opposite sex, but it's also important to understand the same sex. I mean, I find both men and women fascinating. And also, the more that you learn about these things, the more you learn about yourself ultimately, because as I said, we all have this within us, right? So it's part of the self-discovery journey. Part of knowing yourself is to know these things. So let's get into this, okay? Now, okay, let me describe masculine and feminine energy for you guys in lots of different ways, how they affect our lives, and why we should be paying attention to this. Hold on. Just passed a few people, lost my train of thought. Who cares? Let's carry on. So, oh, there's that sun again. Like, what a picture of it, no? Am I right? For me, it's blinding, but on the screen, I'm sure it looks good. So, the masculine is the 3D. Masculine is the material world, okay? It is the tangible. It's competition. And listen, that's not always a bad thing, because we need competition in life. I mean, competition also helps us succeed. Hell, even friendly competition, right? Who cares? And also, the masculine is, well, they work in compartments. They're able to compartmentalize. They see things as good or bad, black or white, right? There's no in between. If you're in the friend zone, you're in the friend zone. That's it. You're done. Okay? And whereas the feminine is more of a 5D. What is 5D? Okay. 5D is more, well, thinking beyond the here and now. It's more spiritual. It's leading from the heart. And also, the feminine also sees everyone as one, how we're all one unit. If one person goes down, we all go down, ultimately, right? So, I've heard oftentimes that the woman is the neck and the man is the head. Have you heard that one? Well, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because the head just thinks of the thought. How can I put this? The here and now. What's important right now? Quick, look at this, look at that. But the neck, there's more to it, isn't there? The neck is connected to the body. The neck is closer to the heart. And it leads differently. And doesn't that just make perfect sense? So actually, a man's life will be more well-rounded with a woman in it, because the woman is forethought, okay? The woman does more ruminating. I shouldn't say woman, I should say feminine, shouldn't I? The feminine ruminates more, right? And kind of sees a more whole picture because, again, they think in terms of everything is connected, right? So therefore, they look at everything, not just one thing. But let's turn the page on this because the feminine also benefits from having a masculine because the masculine is decisive, right? So if you think about it, if you have both masculine and feminine in you, equally balanced, you are probably making really awesome decisions in your life, right? Because you're fulfilling both the spiritually concepts and also the material concepts within your life. You know, you're thinking of it more full-bodied. So yes, you're making smarter decisions, more fulfilling decisions. That's probably the right way to put it. Now, this also helps you with something that, ooh, I love this. And I bet a lot of people don't think about this. Transmuting. Oh yeah, for sure you've heard that word. Let me go really briefly into transmuting. Transmutation, that's one of the most gorgeous things in life. I feel like I've used it my whole life in order to survive, in order to make it, you know. Transmuting, well, let's just say your life is crap, okay? Things are falling apart for you. It's not easy street for you. No, you got challenges, no doubt about it. Well, what you gonna do, babe? You're gonna take all that pain, all that anger, maybe even fear, all the negative feelings and emotions that you have. You're going to ball it up really tight in your hands, squish it together with all of your might. And then you're going to take that energy and you're going to transmute it. Oh yeah. You're going to turn it into positive for yourself. Maybe that anger is going to be what gives you the energy to go to the gym. Yeah. It's going to help you up your weight for what you're lifting. And you're going to be able to push through it because your anger is behind it. Pack a punch, right? Or maybe it's going to help you increase your running time if you're a runner, right? Maybe it's going to help you finally go into that damn office and have that talk with your boss. Tell him you want your raise. Tell him you deserve it and why. Yeah, enough is enough. That's right. You're going to take all that energy and you're going to use it to your benefit. Or maybe you're going to create the things you've always wanted. Maybe you're going to have the guts to go up to the person you've had your eye on. Screw it all. Nothing to lose no more. You got all this energy to work with? Use it, baby. Okay? You're going to transmute. Transmutation is a cat's ass. Okay? That's where life gets good. Now, and you know what it is? It's turning lemons into lemonade. Right? Okay. Well, yes. Having the masculine within you helps you lock in. Okay? But also, having the feminine in you helps propel you as well through those times, okay? Through those difficult times. Because the feminine energy will help you nurture yourself, okay? And helps you give yourself what maybe no one else in your life is giving you, which is care, love, okay? Loving on yourself. So the feminine is just as important in those times, in those hard times. So both masculine and feminine is what's necessary to really get you out of the shitty times, essentially, okay? To really help you progress. The feminine helps you feel the pain of a situation. So it helps you really work through your feelings. That's necessary. I mean, if you just keep running from your feelings and never facing them, it will catch up with you. I've spoken about that before as well. Well, also, the feminine, I mean, you have to feel the pain, because if you don't feel the pain, you're not going to feel that anger, right? And you're not going to have nothing to transmute, okay? So you need the feminine, okay, to pull this off. And the masculine is like the catalyst, right? It ignites it becomes a force, right? So the masculine part will then, think of it like this. The feminine will think in circles, a solid, sealed circle, ruminating again, as I said, right? Ruminating through all these thoughts and feelings. But the masculine will come in like a force and break the circle, okay? Things can come out. Then you can shift your mindset and get into action, right? So it's really beautiful how these two sides come together to really help you progress through life, okay? Now, let's not try sleeping on the fact that this makes someone attractive, okay? Because someone who is able to feel and think and have forethought and also take action, be competent and be competitive and want to be successful. Someone who has all of that within them is freaking hot, okay? Let's keep it real. I told you this video was going to get a little bit more juicy, okay? Well, let's get into it. Because, damn, that's the whole package, right? Think about how juicy that is. A perfectly balanced person. They cover all the bases. What more could you ever want? But beyond that, that is honestly the perfect definition of what a charming person is. You know, I've heard it said, charm is actually when competence meets warmth. Does that not tell you something right there? So if you balance those out, if you have them both within you, you're bloody charming. That's right. Who knew you had that right at your fingertips? It's an automatic win. Yes, having both feminine and masculine creates desire, okay? Because both masculine and feminine desire things, and it's incredibly powerful. I mean, when you have both masculine and feminine in you, right? I should say this too. Your desire that you have for things or people is full-bodied. Think of it like this. When you desire somebody, it's like their body and soul, right? The material and the spiritual, all in one. So if somebody who is balanced desires you, damn, it's next level, right? You're gonna feel it. It's gonna be smoking, okay? But also, having that, people having both masculine and feminine in them, to meet somebody like that promotes desire, okay? Because it's the polarity of it, okay? There's a friction inside, right? And people are attracted to contrast. People are attracted to the buffet. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? It's just gorgeous. But I don't want to go into totally Juicyville over here. It sounds so unprofessional. So girly, actually. But let me say one more thing. Because I realized I skipped over something when I was talking about the whole locking in factor. How the masculine helps you lock in, right? It's so important to have both masculine and feminine too when you really want to create something and when you really want to get to the next level in any part of your life, okay? I mean, career, love, family life, just general interpersonal relationships, any sort of success of any kind. Because the masculine is like the framework of a house. I think I mentioned in one of my videos prior, yes, I know I did, how I see life. It's like you have a house, but you also need the curtains. Well, the feminine is the curtains, okay? All of the beautiful things within the house, the comfort within the house. I mean, it's, I don't know, the mushy and gush, okay? But, I mean, I need that masculine, okay? Because I need the framework, the bricks and mortar. I need to build that house. I mean, without that, where the hell am I going to put my paintings? Where am I going to lay the tile? Where am I going to put my couches? Okay? So to have one without the other It just doesn't make sense, does it now? You could see it, right? Now, let me say this, because some of you may be thinking, wait a minute here, Chess. Just hold on, because how dare you say, like if you're a woman, for example, how can you say this? I build my own framework. I can build my own house. I can, make my own structure. I don't need a man to do that. And a guy could be saying, whatever, I could buy my own curtains. I can get my own couches. I don't need a woman for that. I could just even hire someone to do that for me. I can hire a designer. Okay, fine. Get over yourself. Because hear me out. As I said before, everyone has both of these within them. So yeah, that's right. That's right, Melissa. You can build your own house. Okay? And yeah, Bob over there, you can buy your own curtains. And you know why? Because you have both of these in you, baby. That's right, okay? So we're all capable of this shit, right? We really are. But guess what? You're capable of all of that as long as you are balanced in all of that, right? As long as you've met these parts of yourself and you acknowledge them. Otherwise, guess what? You're actually not capable of all of it. That's right, I said it. I'm going to get a little mean right now. Yeah, anyone who's going to sit here and tell me, I could do it all. I don't need this and that. Okay, show me. Show me. Show me how your life is looking absolutely perfect. Show me how you've got it all figured out, okay? Yeah, do it. Yeah. Show me how you're perfectly fulfilled. You want for absolutely nothing in life. Everything is right and tight and in its place, and all is right in your world. Go ahead, and then at the same time, go ahead and tell me you're a monk living in the mountains, okay? Because you know what? Let me go on a tangent here. I'm so sick and tired of the bullshit that I see online, okay? It's so divisive. How men think they don't need women, women think they don't need men, right? Like, where did this even come from? Honestly, can everyone just get over themselves? Like, can they actually? Because, yes, as I said, sure, you could be perfectly balanced within you. First of all, I hate to say this. Personally, I kind of think it's really hard to be absolutely perfectly, like pitch perfect balanced, okay? Again, you're probably living in the mountains, okay, if you're doing that. So, the chances of that are pretty slim. Yeah, maybe you're pretty damn close to it. But something's missing, right? You're just a little bit off, okay? So let's not pretend like as if you couldn't use some shoring up in your life, okay? And also, hell, there's just a human factor. Whether you like it or not, we're social creatures, okay? Get over that too. We're social creatures. And chances are, as much as you think you would love to just go and live on a deserted island all by yourself, if you actually did have that experience in life, you'd probably go completely mental, like legit mental, okay? So let's not pretend. Yeah, sure, we can all be really independent, and big and bad all on our own, but not so fast, okay? Because things seem easy until you're in it, okay? When you're hit with the real deal, no, that's not how it shakes down. So, yes, I would really love for everyone to just get over this concept of thinking that men are shit or women are shit. Because when someone talks like that, okay, they're left with egg on their face because actually they're insulting themselves because you have the masculine and feminine within you, right? Everybody does. So when you're dogging out the feminine, you're dogging out part of yourself. And when you're dogging out the masculine, same shit. You're dogging out part of yourself. So who are we kidding here, okay? And maybe that's actually what started my journey on really trying to understand masculine and femininity, because I would see this content online and I would start to feel really heated. I would start to it would all be so simple to me. I could so easily see the fact that these people were all wrong. As many valid points as you can make, ultimately, the main structure behind it was incorrect. We all have these parts, so let's just all recognize the fact that we need each other. Okay? The world doesn't keep turning unless we have the balance. Polarity, north, south, okay? Polarity is necessary. So yes, to have that within yourself, is to be perfectly balanced, is to help your world keep spinning correctly, okay? So don't sleep on this. Definitely try to recognize these parts within yourself. It does make a difference. It makes a difference in every part of your life. Absolutely every part. Your dating life, your career life, your family life, everything. It touches everything, people. Okay, so what do you think? Should I do part 3, which is like the dessert? Should I try to drum up some really juicy stuff for dessert? Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. I condensed this down. I'm sure I missed a few things, but again, who knows? Maybe they'll get squished into part 3 if I ruminate enough on it. If that feminine energy of mine teases it out. Okay, like and subscribe, people. Okay, if you don't mind me, if I'm not too much for you, I know I could be too much, but screw all the damn games, okay? Sometimes you gotta be more, okay? Sometimes you gotta turn up the music, okay? Sometimes you gotta rock it out. So that's what I'm here for, okay? Yeah, if I'm not too much for you, go ahead and subscribe. And you'll hear more crazy crap from me. And I will talk to you guys later, okay? Let me know what you think below in the comments. This is going to be good. I can't wait for this combo. See you guys.